Boom! What's good, my people? We are back again for another one on this here, the one and only Mystelics Vlogs. Welcome to our Mystelics Vlogs. Welcome back once again, guys, to this here Mystelics Vlogs, guys. Of course, for those of you who don't know, I'm your boy Mystelics, and this is where your boy tends to give his views on a number of things taking place. We're in Dominican, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world by extension. So definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can pretty much get all the videos as they come through. So a number of persons have been asking me when I'm gonna drop what happened and all those kind of things. Like some of the incidences that took place inside while being locked up, guys. Locked up! Please let me out, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, remember, I cannot really say much about the whole incident, but I can definitely tell you about the experience being inside there. Now, guys, there's a number of things that actually took place that I observed. Guys, that is one of the things with me. I like to observe different things. And when situations or different events tend to happen to me, especially that it's outside of my control, I try to learn from it and see what I can learn from it or get from it so that I can pretty much tell others out there. First of all, being locked up is nothing nice. It is definitely nothing nice at all. I would not encourage anybody to try to do anything for them to try to experience kind of vibrations right there of being locked up, especially in Dominican. It's nastiness that they tend to put people. Apparently, whether you are innocent or guilty, you are still in the same conditions as everybody else, which means that they deprive you of having some sense of humanity. For example, they put us in an area that was smelling absolutely terrible, guys. Absolutely terrible. The scent of the piss or the urine alone, guys, was so strong. Thank God, at least when we went upstairs, they gave us masks. Talking about masks, guys, I remember Hector John had asked me about what was the observation of the protocols when it comes on to these things. There was none at all. None, guys. In fact, when they brought us upstairs, guys, and they brought us inside, before they brought us inside, they wanted to give us masks, which I thought was, okay. But when I went inside, absolutely no one was wearing masks. No one at all. To the point, we actually made the observation to a lady that was staying right in front of me. One of the officers, apparently. That's what they say they are, I guess. I asked her, so where are their masks? Why are we the only ones to have masks and none of you guys have masks? To the point where I also observed that they were leaving the place, going all kind of places in Roseau and coming back without masks on them. We were the only people inside there with masks. But I'm kind of happy that they gave us the mask, guys, because when we went downstairs in that kind of nasty scented place, at least I could use the mask to cover my face to help, with the scent stuff. The next day, they came in and they cleaned it, but where they put us, guys, was, man, I tell you. And I think there needs to be some sort of Caribbean health overlook or some people in charge of the Caribbean when it comes down to these kind of conditions right there, because this is not a condition for human beings, especially taking into consideration that some of the individuals who are inside there are actually innocent and are guilty of anything at all. It was not just us, there were others there as well, and I think that is a story that needs to be told. But before I get into the whole situation, guys, the night in question, the first night when they brought us down, the lawyers wanted to send us home and come back early in the morning and whatnot, but they said they wanted to keep us, which was not any shock to me, considering, we are people who heavily speak against the present regime when it comes down to the foolishness that they tend to do in Dominican, the manipulation of the people and trying to make people like sheep. And they have succeeded to an extent, but not everybody is a sheep when it comes down to these people. Anyways, they kept us inside there. We went downstairs and everybody was quiet. It was around 1 a.m. in the morning. And, some people were sleeping, I guess. Some people were just, chilling. There's nothing you can really do inside there. You can't watch TV or just listen to what's going on outside. And nothing was going on outside, so you can't really do much. So we didn't really know who was inside there. There was dark. The only thing was a light that was in front, and that was the only thing that was there. Everywhere else was just darkness. And the pee scent and those kind of nastiness there that was in that place. But with that said, we stayed there the night. It was very uncomfortable. I probably got about 30 to 45 minutes of sleep that night, man. And just how I am right now, that is how I was in this place, man. Because I was not about to go and lie down. Neither was I about to go inside them cell blocks. There are 3 cell blocks inside there. I was not about that cell block life. It's not a hard nut life, brothers and sisters. It's not a hard nut life for me. Fire about that. I was not about to go inside there and cultivate myself and get comfortable. No, that would never happen. So we stayed in the hallway and stuff. The other people were inside there. I guess they were chilling and everything. But with that said, guys, the morning reached. Thank God the morning reached. I was happy, guys. I was happy when the morning reached. Very happy when the morning reached. Anyways, people were mainly quiet. Except the Venezuelans. The Venezuelans were inside there. And you know Venezuelan people like to, they think. There's about, I think, before 5 Venezuelans that were inside. Now guys, the way the Venezuelans ended up inside there, apparently they were involved in some sort of, well, that's what they say, that's what I understood. They were involved in some sort of substance abuse or in possession of substance abuse and this kind of things there. The police caught them, they brought them before the court and everything. They took some time up Hollywood, aka Stocky, and of course they had to deport them. Now, because of the whole Rona situation, they could not deport these individuals. So what they did, they took them and they brought them into another set. These guys were there for 76 days. In my total understanding of how long they were there for 76 days because they could not deport them. I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be better that you guys actually put them in some sort of apartment or something instead of having them locked up and then supervising them? I mean, wouldn't that be much more in a humanity point? I mean, wouldn't that be better? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. But instead, they put them in that dirty place where they spent over 76 days there, guys. They're probably still there now. They are probably still there. No. No, guys, keep in mind, these individuals did their time. They did their time and they had to deport them. Instead of deporting them, they kept them there and all kind of craziness there. And from time to time, they will take them out in the yard where they can, you know, free up themselves and those kind of things there. The only benefit that they actually had inside the guys is that they were bringing them free meals. They were getting free meals while everybody else had to buy their meals. They were getting free meals, getting juice, sorrel juice, and so forth and so forth. Anyways, guys, with that said, there were also Haitians there. There were some Haitians. I tell you, boy, there's do Haitians thing in Dominica, eh? Yeah, boy. And guys, understanding where Haitians come from, even the United States under Biden is keeping the Haitian people down. And people don't seem to understand that is why Haitians is in the state that they are in. Haiti is being exploited by the United States and a number of other places. Of course, Haiti was exploited by the French before. The United States came in and they are exploiting Haiti. So Haiti is under some kind of a stress right now. So the people are trying to rush out. So I understood that aspect right there as a result of why Haitians are leaving based on the situation that is happening in Haiti. As a result of America, the United States is fully responsible for what is going on in Haiti. Anyways, there were Haitian people inside there. They came in from back door and they had to pay some monies. I believe they had to pay some monies. When they pay some monies and whatnot, then they were allowed to go. But they did not do that. They kept them in the cells. So they are exploiting the Haitian people in Dominica as well. Because the guy, and he showed me the receipt that he paid. $2,500 he paid, right? He paid $2,500. Both of them, there were two of them inside there. $2,500 they paid. And he had the receipt and he showed the receipt and everything. We were like, you need to contact, told the lawyers to contact the Haitian community people and whatnot to see what they can do and this kind of things there. But this is so wrong. They paid $2,500 to the police station. And instead the police station allowed them to go or whatever because they paid the money. Right, guys? They then took them to the cell. And they have been there for the longest time. Guys, I understand the whole situation of Haitians coming over and we feel like Haitians are taking jobs and whatnot. But Haitians are doing things that Dominicans don't want to. Just like when Dominicans go to the United States illegally, mark you, they tend to do things that the normal American people don't do and they work themselves up into the system and this kind of things there. But Dominica is exploiting the Haitian people, especially consider the whole situation involving the Haitians having to pay 400 US each per head to come into Dominica. We don't know where that money has gone. We have no clue where that money has gone. There are people who quit their jobs because they realized what was going on, have left to go to the United States because of that very same 400 US dollars that they were exploiting from the Haitian people, saying they have to pay. And we don't know where or what is happening with that money at all. Do you? Do you guys know what is happening? All of you guys, I'm sure, know about the 400 US each Haitian had to pay when they came into Dominica via the planes. Each of them had to pay 400 US. And the understanding of the 400 US is for them to stay a certain amount of days and then they leave and they will get back that $400. Obviously, they know that's not going to happen. But what has happened with the 400 US? That is exploiting the Haitian people even outside of Haiti itself. The guy had to pay $2,500. 25 or 1,500. No. My visual memory is recollecting $2,500, guys, on that people that I saw. $2,500 they had to pay, and they then took them and put them in the cell. Is that fair? Anyways, guys, there's a lot more to be said in this regard, but of course, time is of the essence right there. There's another Dominican, young, the youngest one, 19 years old. 19 years old, Maguisa, guys. And the brother said, yes, he was involved in certain things back in the day. He used to thief a lot and this kind of things there. But apparently, somebody who knew him is blaming him for stealing the money. To the point where he's checking, he's not supposed to be inside there because he did not do it. Where he checking to himself, he did not do anything. Yet still, he's still inside there. Of course, that is as a result of his past life that he used to live. He said he's trying his best to change everything and whatnot. And he stated to me, the only reason why he did not take his own life inside there, because he heard his brother, and his brother, of course, is a pastor. And you could see, guys, you could pretty much tell that he was really being honest in the fact. And the way that he was speaking and was vexed, like, hey, I don't do nothing, I didn't do anything at all. And guys, just to see how the brother was acting, man, when he was saying these things, man. When he used to do the thing back in the day and he was caught, he actually admitted it, that he did it, and they let him go. But this time he did not do anything, and he's inside there for something that he did not do. That is interesting. Guys, you see how I am right now, sitting down against the wall? That is exactly how I was. And them people, everybody that was inside there, was circling me. They're circling me. Some of the individuals actually knew I did vlogging. There's one of the individuals himself should not have been inside there. But because he was in the same car as another individual, he too was brought inside there for questioning. Guys, that is to tell you about the company you keep. It is important to be mindful of that. The company you keep inside sometimes can get you in trouble. And talking about the very same situation right there, there's another one who also gave me a story. Guys, trust me, we're telling stories inside there. Yeah, boy. He was telling stories inside there, guys. The brother himself was talking about his own partner betraying him. And these people are not good for him at all. Because he was even telling us, and Ella, guys, sometimes them young fellas need help, brothers and sisters. But the people that they associate themselves with, who apparently seemingly seem to help them, they are not good for them. To the point of the fact that he mentioned sometimes they used to have other things, illegal things, guys. And when they see the police, they would send it on him. And he would have to try, or he would have to take the fall for them, guys. That very same situation came out and bite him. I wonder if I should tell his story right now, guys. I wonder. The time is of the essence, guys. I will continue, guys. Keep it locked. There is more to be said, especially when it comes down to that situation right there with that particular brother. Father help posse. I got the understanding inside there, guys. Let me tell you something now. Any kind of situation that tend to happen to me, man. Any situation. Whether I miss a flight, whether I was locked up inside there for nothing that I've done wrong. Any situation, guys, I always try to look at the reason why I am there. And every single situation proves itself to be a reason why I was inside there in a particular situation. Sometimes I lose my fight and I vex. Sometimes traffic in the area and I vex, I tell you. And it just happened that the gig that I was going to cancel and actually have to do something when I go back, or something that I forgot that was very important. Imagine that, guys. I remember I was in North Carolina, and I'm saying this for a particular reason, as situations tend to happen to me and we don't really see the result or why it actually happened, and you vex about it. I had a gig in New York and I had to leave North Carolina to head. No, it was Texas. I was in North Carolina, I had to go to Texas. I ended up missing my flight to go to Texas, and I was vexed. That gig got cancelled, guys. That very gig. It wasn't because of me. Some other situation that they had to push it back the next week, and I was vexed about that, man. Chicken boy, I missed a gig right there, boy. I couldn't believe I missed a gig and thing. And then they told me that the gig got cancelled. So it's next week. It would have been, I mean, going anytime wouldn't be a matter for me. And guys, mark you, when I went back, when I went back home in North Carolina, I checked, but wait, look my camera there, we. I said, but wait, look my camera on the table, we boss. And I was about to leave to go, and I vexed that I had to go. And that particular boy, I tell you, sometimes situations just happen to you guys. And it's best that you just try to learn from that situation instead of being angry. My life is a testament to that very thing. Every single time something has happened, there's always a lesson to be learned, or something that had to be connected, or some family member that needed some kind of help, or some friend that needed to organize something for somebody. It was only I that could do it. There's always some kind of thing that happened, and every single thing always links to each other. Guys, I will continue that story, guys. Definitely subscribe to this channel so you can get more of that vibrations. There's a lot more to say. Man. But it's so sad about the kind of things that you get to see, especially in the situation for which the environment you're going in as an innocent man, then people don't care. They don't care. It's interesting. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all of the views as they come through. Remember, guys, be real, Tell all the dirty, wicked hot people them to stop their dirty ways, man. Including those who are supposed to be protecting the people. Instead, they're putting people in all kind of... Help us, Father. Be real. I tell you, boy, sometimes in kind of situations that you get to experience, you wonder if you can still be real. Be real. Be positive. And definitely with the Most High's help, definitely, guys, stay prayed up. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs.
One day I will blow. Something we gon' show. Wow, this life is a constant uphill battle, but it's also filled with some beautiful moments.